violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, in school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Has now turned himself in. He is a convicted felon, and now he's facing several charges for this incident. Police say the 42-year-old grabbed his gun during a security check last month. The airport was packed with holiday travelers when the gun went off.
So, I didn't do a story on this when it initially happened, but there were shots fired in Hartsfield-Jackson, Atlanta's airport, and at first they said it was a accidental discharge from an officer on duty, but it turns out that it was this brother right here. Okay, this brother right here. So he brings a strap to the airport, goes off, got the whole airport in a scurry, got the security level on max Taliban security. You know what I mean? Like, all because buddy is on Damon time.
Police say the 42-year-old grabbed his gun during a security check last month. The airport was packed with holiday travelers when the gun went off. No one was hurt by the gunshot, but people started running. And
wow. Think about how many people missed their flight just from that.
3 people were hurt in the panic afterwards. Investigators later found that weapon in an airport trash can. Has now turned himself.
Bruh shot the gun and then dumped. What?
3 people were hurt in the panic afterwards. Investigators later found that weapon in an airport trash can.
At Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, accused of discharging a weapon at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, checkpoint wrestled his backpack from a security screener there who attempted to stop him. Those images are on surveillance video, which has not been released according to sources familiar with the incident.
But the security screeners are not law enforcement officers, so were police close by with the ability and authorization to take action? Fox's Morse Diggs is examining that question and others with a check on airport police coverage.
What happened a week ago Saturday, it was so unusual and so dangerous, it prompts us to ask some questions. How many officers are at fixed positions at the checkpoints? And
so look how they trying to flip it on the officers. What about this brother who brings a gun into the airport? Because he planned on flying with that strap, believe it or not. Like, he really thought he was going to get off with the strap.
what is APD staffing for the total, the international and domestic sides? Well, the answers indicate the authorities have some significant room to increase the margin of safety.
The airport did not close down. Hartsfield-Jackson does not close. We maintained operations at all time.
As a formality, yes, but
that's a little scary how he said that. Honestly, that's a little scary. We don't close. We don't care if somebody shot the airport up. We're gonna keep We're gonna keep running. We're gonna keep functioning. People gotta get to their flight.
practically the actions of one man toting a gun up to the main domestic checkpoint caused a ripple effect that cut off normal operations for 90 minutes.
During the screening process, a prohibited item was detected inside of his property.
A TSA screener is seen on video delivering instructions to Kenny Wells to not touch his bag.
So did he forget that the gun was in his bag, or did he, just try and sneak a gun on the plane?
The screener tussles with the passenger over that bag.
During that secondary search, the passenger lunged into his property, grabbing a firearm that was located inside, which ultimately discharged.
Why? So he shot it. So he shot it. The screener is pretty brave for trying to stop this guy too, so shout out to him.
The passenger then fled the security checkpoint through an adjacent exit lane with his firearm.
Where were the police officers? The TSA screeners are not law enforcement. APD covers all the checkpoint stations with just one fixed post. They are on the inside to potentially stop someone from running through to try to get to a gate. Law enforcement sources familiar with the airport say at least one additional officer should be where the passengers are assembling at the queue line.
So don't defund the police in the airport. Got it.
Giving potentially a second vantage point with the ability and authorization to react.
We're fortunate that when the firearm went off, nobody was seriously injured.
The city literally dodged a bullet or bullets on the what if question. Chaos ensued, travelers running. Police coming over from the atrium initially had markedly different descriptions of the violator, who managed to get off property. Outside the terminal, traffic blocked by abandoned cars, causing delays for back.
Look at all this destruction that this brother caused. Look at all this. He got people waiting on the grassy knolls under the bridge, looking homeless, looking like a clean, smooth lick too, a devious lick at that. Like anybody could just hop out their car and jack them for their luggage and then keep it moving. But look at all of the pandemonium this one brother caused.
Backup officers and fire EMS to try to drive to the scene. There are federal law enforcement generally on hand, but Fox 5 sources say they are not stationed at the domestic terminal. And on that Saturday afternoon for the entire complex, international and domestic, APD had just 14 officers and 2 supervisors working. Not nearly enough, according to law enforcement sources. The authorities are preparing what's called an after-action report. That's police lingo for a review of exactly what took place. We're attempting to get our hands on that report. From Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, I'm Morse Diggs, Fox 5 News.
From Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta's house was recently robbed by 3 armed men. In case you guys didn't see, Sierra recently just got her new house with her boyfriend a few months back at the end of July, and not even 6 months into her living there, she was robbed.
So I told you, these dudes in Atlanta are on demon time. This is a woman, Sierra Gates. Apparently she's on Love and Hip Hop, but her house was robbed right after she bought it.
Sierra posted 2 videos on her Instagram that I will show you guys in a second. That is footage of the men stealing from her house with the caption, "The day I did my turkey and car giveaway, my new house was robbed by 3 armed guys."
So let's run that back. Let's see what she said.
The day I did my turkey and car giveaway, my new house was robbed by 3 armed guys. They took everything, my joy and excitement of buying my dream home for me and my kids, and all my bag and shoes, jewelry. I'm always giving to everyone, going over and beyond. My heart is broken. Yes, they took everything, but my praise, my God, still gets the glory. God, I trust you. So glad God had me and my family covered. So thank goodness she was not in the home. Otherwise, they probably would have did her dirty. Okay. But this looks like an organized and a devious lick. Okay. It seems like they might have known that she bought this new home. Maybe she posted the location or somewhere near. And these jack boys in Atlanta, they don't hesitate to, jack you. Turkey and car giveaway, my new house was robbed by 3 armed guys. They took everything. My joy and excitement of buying my dream home for me and my kids, all my bags, all my shoes, and jewelry. And I'm always giving to everyone and going above and beyond.
So she was at a turkey drive, probably giving back to the hood. Meanwhile, the hood is in her crib, taking everything that she's worth.
My heart is broken. Yes, they took everything, but my praise, my God still gets the glory. God, I trust you. So glad God had me and my family covered. And here's a video that Sierra shared of the men robbing her home.
So you see they've all got COVID masks on. All of them have COVID masks. That's scary, man. They all up in her house. They had to knew she was gone. They had to know she was gone.
I really do feel for Sierra because it must have been a really scary situation to have your house robbed by people who were armed, because she could have really gotten hurt, or even worse, her kids could have gotten hurt. So I'm glad that Sierra and her family's okay, but it's just really sad to see that people are such haters that they would rather go out their way to risk their livelihoods to go steal from the next person.
So he's calling them haters. It's not that they're haters. It's just that they live by they don't want to work for nothing. They want to take from somebody else who already got it. They take pride in that. They take pride in being demons. They take pride in being savages. They wear it as a badge of honor. It's like they're playing in the NBA and they are checking their stats. Man, I did this many home invasions. I did this many that. I did this. I did that. They want a street resume. It's not that they're hating or, oh, they just got envy in their heart. No, it's not about none of that. That's just how they live. That's how they getting it. It's just the streets. It's just the result of chanting, defund the police, and, you know, emboldening these guys to go and run up in people's homes who look just like them,
instead of trying to get it on their own. If it's one thing I can't stand, is a thief. But let me know your opinions on this whole situation down below. What was your reaction to the video? How would you guys have felt in the situation? Drop it in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video.
What a beautiful home, though.
See you in the next one. Bye.
So she wasn't the only one whose home was robbed this weekend. Okay. Apparently Erica Mena got a little taste of the sun. She got a suntan this weekend as well. Unfortunately, over the weekend, my house was robbed. There is now a $20,000 cash reward to anyone who can lead us in arresting all those involved. You can remain anonymous. Please DM me or Safari. So they robbed her $20K, and this isn't the first time that she got robbed either. He says, set y'all alarm systems no matter how comfortable you are. Set your house alarms. A lot of people have alarm systems and don't set them. I had an alarm system for a year and never set it once until my house was burglarized. Set it even when you're home and away options. People who break into people's homes deserve the death penalty. I don't give a F. If they don't have a regard for life of children and women in homes, let them fry, he meant. Yeah. I agree, and he's not the only one with that sentiment. The only thing is, that's not what you're voting for. You're voting for more lax laws. You're voting for BLM initiatives. You're voting for more programs and less prison and the prison industrial complex, and you're voting against your own interests. That's what I mean. You're saying all this, but you're voting for people who don't believe in the same thing that you believe in. So we're gonna just see more of this. We're not gonna see less of it. And you know, it sucks to say, but I'm glad it's happening to quasi-famous black people, because we need somebody to actually start speaking up, and you know, doing something about this, and letting it be known that we can't stand for this. But I don't see us doing that, honestly. We can't. We'll never organize against like that criminal element, because we glorify it so much. We love the thug. We love these rappers. We love these dudes who are promoting this stuff. So we'll never organize against that. We're our own worst enemy in that regard. But hey, you know, hopefully they're safe.
Detectives are spending their morning here in Beverly Hills after the wife of a music executive was killed in a home invasion, leaving her family grieving and her neighbors on edge. Thank you for being with us, everybody. I'm Michael Brownlee. Let's get straight to NBC4's Ted Chen live in Beverly Hills with the very latest on this investigation. Ted.
So I showed you the video initially of those kids who ran up on the woman with her children, or with her child in the stroller. These dudes do not care. They don't care. They do not care. They're on demon time. They're savages. They're wicked, right? They're demonic. They have an evil spirit. and they murder a 74-year-old woman inside of her own home. And it's not like that home is like a small place. It's huge. It's an estate. It's a mansion.
Good morning, Michael. We are being kept a good distance away from this home. Beautiful neighborhood, as you can imagine, and neighbors are in shock over this. They describe Jacqueline Avant as a lovely woman, and one described her as very nice, and that she would often see her and her husband walking down this street here. But as we show you this video, we can tell you that she is now the victim of an apparent home invasion robbery that happened here in the Trousdale Estates section of Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills police responding to call.
So, LA on fire, on demon time. What are y'all gonna do? Continue to let these guys bail out, not prosecute these offenders, put them on house arrest, do that? I mean, my thing is, what do y'all expect? What do you expect? It's unfortunate that time and time again we have to keep seeing women and children get shot up in the black community for anybody to speak out about it. But this is the reality. This is what you guys vote for. This is what you guys support. This is what you guys promote in the music. No disrespect to this brother. If he, had any hip hop artists on his label or whatnot, I don't know this brother like that. But if he did, then that's the type of rhetoric that he, made his bread and butter off of. And by no means I'm saying that they deserve this. I'm just saying that I don't understand why we continue to do the same thing and expect different results. Okay?
Calls around 2:23 a.m. this morning, where police say she was shot and killed, taken to the hospital where she was declared dead. Avant, the wife of Clarence Avant, who was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame earlier this year, launching the careers of some of the biggest names in music, including Babyface. His wife involved in many philanthropic efforts, including the UCLA International Student Center. Her daughter calling Jacqueline Avant the umbrella in her husband's life, and neighbors reacting this morning.
This is so scary, unbelievable. This used to be such a safe neighborhood, and we were proud to live in Beverly Hills. I can't believe this is happening. There has been a lot of break-ins, but never a murder. This is...
Wow, a lot of break-ins, never a murder. So that's what she's saying, but we all know on this channel that's not the case.
It's just so scary. Well, I just... got to move out of here, I guess.
See, that's the thing. A lot of these white folks, they get it. They're like, time to move. Selling the house. Property value just went down 100,000. Time to go. We like to stay. We like to, I ain't letting nobody get me up out my space. Da 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 da. Like, you heard her. She said it's time to get up out of here.
Now, we want to give you a live view from News Chopper 4. Police are saying that at least one of the home invasion robbers made it inside to the home. And I don't know if you might be able to see a glass window, a glass door shattered in the back of the home. We're hoping to get more information from...
What a piece of crap, bro. I mean, these dudes deserve to be, like, castrated, every type of torture. Death penalty, all that. But watch them not get caught. Watch them not get caught. And then we was talking about serial killers on Awk Nation News. Here they go.
From Beverly Hills Police later today. We should also note that Jacqueline Avant is the mother-in-law of Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos. Reporting live from Beverly Hills, Ted Chen, NBC4 News. Michael, back to you.
All right, Ted.
Marla, there's a lot of shock and disbelief here in Beverly Hills, and condolences are pouring in from all over for the family of Jacqueline Avant. And I want to show you, local and national media have gathered here outside the Beverly Hills Police Department, where we were told there was going to be a news conference at noon. That has now been changed to 2. But Beverly Hills Police say detectives have been working tirelessly on this case. And I want to show you what it looked like from Skyfox. Even from that distance, you can see a broken glass door at the home. Beverly Hills Police said...
And it's like, how out of all of the houses did they end up targeting I don't know if she's black, but her husband is black. And out of all the places, how did they end up targeting another person of color? It makes no sense, because even though they didn't take the husband out, they took the wife out. Okay? They took the wife out, and that's targeting a person of color's family and lineage and lifeline. I mean, it's everything. So
they got a call of a home invasion and shooting at the 1100 block of Mater Place at about 2:30 a.m. They say at the scene they found a shooting victim who died of her injuries. Police are now looking for the intruders and whoever fired the weapon. Friends and neighbors say the victim is 81-year-old Jacqueline or Jackie Avant, who was married.
And look, if they do get caught, they're probably going to be like, remember what happened to Pop Smoke? 15, 16, 19-year-old. They're not, I guarantee none of them going to be older than 21 years old.
To legendary music executive Clarence Avant for more than 50 years. He is known as a godfather of black music and is celebrated by some of the biggest names in the music industry. Mrs. Avant was also the mother of Nicole Avant, who is married to the CEO of Netflix. She was a former model and was known for her charitable works and her kindness. Here's how one neighbor described her.
Lovely, lovely, lovely lady. She was on the older side. She used to walk on the street all the time. We used to say hello to each other. Very respectful. They have lived here for...
That white dude driving he's weird looking. Why is he smiling like that? That's crazy.
many, many years. They're amazing people. Pioneers in music.
And that sentiment is also being echoed by some of the biggest names in music who knew her. Again, the Beverly Hills Police Department say they have detectives working tirelessly on this case. They're expected to hold a news conference here outside Beverly Hills PD at 2 o'clock. We will, of course, keep you posted. Live in Beverly Hills, Christy Fajardo, Fox 11 News.
Such a shocking crime. All right, Christy, thank you so much. Jacqueline Avant was a philanthropist and prominent member of the community, as you just heard from Christy. She's also the mother-in-law of Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos. At this hour, more reaction is pouring in. Democratic Congresswoman Karen Bass, who was running for mayor of L.A., issued a statement saying this, that she was heartbroken by the violence. She says Mrs. Avant was a force of compassion and empowerment locally and nationally for decades, as well as a model of service and giving back to those who needed it most. More reaction. This is on Twitter from Urban Magic Johnson. He had this to say: Cookie and I are absolutely devastated at the loss of one of our closest friends, Jackie Avant. She was senselessly murdered last night in a home invasion. This is the saddest day in our lives.
I wonder if he's gonna say anything about maybe who those kids were. Okay. Magic Johnson, another brother. The sister before, the Democratic representative, who probably works to implement the same policies that allow these young men to go and terrorize the community at large, not even just the hood no more, but it's everywhere now. Okay.
Wow.
So we've got gang member, ex-gang member, or current gang member, I don't even know, Whack 100 reacting to Clarence Avant's wife being killed in the home invasion. He says, do we defund the police now? Question mark. Nah, laws need to change. Mandatory 25 years for a home invasion. I'm cool with that. I love it. I love it. Okay. Now let's get this passed. Okay. No explanation or no excuses. She's your mother, your aunt, your grandmother, the family's friend. She didn't deserve this. A lot of robberies and home invasions going down. Do we defund the police now? Nah, laws need to change. Mandatory 25 years for a home invasion and the right to murder the ones found in your home or trying to gain entry. Which in California, the gun laws, we already know how that is. Eliminate the call the police, or if they're fleeing the home part of the law. This needs to be addressed. Streets and prisons need to punish anybody that hits those jails. which they're not gonna do. Like they talk about, oh wait, if you do a heinous crime in the streets, you go to prison. Man, these folks ain't finna touch you. They trying to do their time like everybody else. Don't let them fool you. Like, oh man, you go do this and you do that. Man, they ain't gonna touch you. They ain't gonna touch you. They say this needs to be addressed. Streets and prisons need to punish anybody that hits those jails. Need to be paperwork checked upon entry. Don't wait until it happens to one of yours. Unless you make that call, whack, and you hit somebody up, one of your, little homies or whatever in prison, and they touch them, nobody's finna touch them if they get caught. That's if they get caught. So obviously, rest in peace to the sister. She definitely didn't deserve it. Look at the comments, though. It's all about convenience for these people, but they dress it up so good. The police don't sentence people and hardly find the suspect. They have skilled detectives. What? I feel like it's more to this because they could have took what they wanted and dipped. She was 81. This seems hella personal. It ain't more to this. It's what these people do. Kids and elderly is off limits. If you watch my channel, we know that's not true. I mean, these street dudes are, they're such full of shit, bro. They don't even live by their own, own laws. Excuse my cousin, but it's just like, it gets on my nerves. Kids and women and children and the elderly are off limits. No, women, children, and the elderly are the most victimized. How many freaking stories do I have to do on this stuff before you idiots get it through your head? All y'all talking ish. If this was y'all mama or grandma, the energy would be different. And ain't no morals in this ish. What does defunding the police have to do with it? They had it. Oh my God. All right, so here we go. These dudes. Let me get off here. Let me get off here for my blood pressure go through the roof.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.